Everybody.
Hey.
So it's entirely too pretty today. We're not going to waste this day, even though we got some crazy weather coming in later. We're going to go to Hocking Hills today, but we decided now we'll keep it a little bit closer to home, just in case.
Never know.
So we are at the Highlands Nature Preserve, and we're on a trailhead. It's called Kamelands, and it's actually across the creek from Rocky Ford. It's across the Rocky Ford Creek from the main nature preserve. And as you can see, we've got an old, fallen apart barn here that's like sitting right at the trailhead. But this is a pretty neat trail. It takes you right up to the Rocky Ford Creek and some pretty neat features on it. So, judging from the parking lot, that is jam-packed.
Packed.
Everybody else had the same idea we did. So should be a good hike and a good day. But stay with us and we'll show you what we see. So far, this has been a very well maintained trail. There's like a little pond that's down towards the base of the hill where the trail comes down. Lots of pines. We haven't even made it to the bluffs or the creek yet, but we must be getting closer because I could hear some frogs singing up ahead. It's very gusty today. I'm kind of glad that we're not off trailing. Because always a danger of trees falling when there's crazy heavy winds like there is today. But this is a really nice trail so far. So there's a little creek that follows alongside the trail. When you get further down, you can kind of see there are multiple beaver dams all through here. They are, if you look, it's like all these trees through here have been like chomped on. And it almost looks like where they have drug trees because it looks like little pathways, like right up to the dam. But if you look across the way here, you can see where this tree here has been gnawed on quite a bit, and they are working its way. Pretty soon that one's going to be dead. But they just keep on adding on to their dams. Must be a huge beaver community right through here. Pretty cool. So in our video for Rocky Fork, we came up in our kayaks and we found this little gorge section that had a waterfall in it. And lo and behold, the Kamelands Trail comes right along the side of it. It's kind of hard to see from the video, but right from here, there's probably a good 40 or 50 foot drop down into the gorge below. It's got a lot more water in it right now than when we went in it the first time, but had no idea there was a trail up above it. Pretty cool. So the trail winds around, and you kind of see like the beginning section of this gorge, And right there is the top of the small waterfall that we found when we were kayaking. So pretty wild to see where the water source is coming from and that how it all interconnects. So we noticed across the gorge, there's a crazy tree root that comes down almost in the shape of a horseshoe. You can see where it comes out the side of the wall and loops around and goes up. Pretty crazy. So as you come along the trail, it takes you to this pretty awesome overlook where you see the high walls, the Rocky Fork Gorge across the way. And you can see the water rushing. Today would have been a great day to kayak this. Water looks like it's up. Definitely warm enough. It's in the mid 70s. Except that water would be very, very cold. You had to get out, but still pretty awesome. So we found the T-junction for the trail that actually takes you down to the Rocky Fork Creek. And that one is marked. So if you come through, don't be fooled by the other little side user trails. You'll see quite a few if you come through here that look like they could be real trails, but they're not marked. All of the official trails are marked with signage. But we're gonna work our way down to the creek since we're right here. So I don't recommend passing up the trail going to the creek, because when you come down, you get to see all the cool geology. Look at the high rock walls at the base of this trail and all these slump blocks down at the base. It is really cool. All throughout this trail, we've been seeing a few signs of spring. It's coming. Jeannie found raccoon prints in the sand right close to the creek where the raccoons have been coming down here. But I'm just going to show you where we're at right now. Here on the edge of the Rocky Fork Creek. Yes, this is the same one that we kayaked, and hiking it is almost as impressive as kayaking it, because these high rock walls, I mean, they're just stunning. This is a really amazing area in Ohio. Who knew Ohio had such cool places? So if you follow the Rocky Fork Creek Trail, you can take about as far as it goes. It looks like it comes to an end, but you'll see what looks like a little user path or a deer trail that continues on just a little bit. If you follow it, it'll take you right to the edge of Rocky Fork Creek and this rapid section. And if you look up where the water is still up towards the top of the video, that is like a really deep section of water. My understanding is it's about 50 feet deep, which is why people have a tendency to jump off the rock right around there. It's like, and use that as a swimming hole. But it's a pretty amazing place. It really is. So right close to the slump blocks is where, working our way back up the trail, I noticed some bones down in the dirt and a skull. Whatever animal this was, it was probably a deer, is what I'm guessing. It's been gone for a long time, because there's no sign of anything down here. So it's been down here for quite a while, but this is the view, like, in between these two slump blocks. It's pretty neat. And as with most of our adventures, Jeannie found a rock to climb on. So if you follow along the creek, just be careful, because some of these trees have these crazy thorns in them, and you don't want to get one of them in you. Quite painful. So this is totally unexpected. We saw a pathway down, and we thought there might be a possible arch, and we haven't found an arch, but we found a big cave. Where this is, there's water that comes through it, but you could see a user trail going down to it, and this thing is huge. I mean, I don't even know how deep this thing is. We've come across some small caves from time to time that are probably 20 to 30 feet in length, but this is well beyond that. This thing is way big. It's definitely huge. And it's definitely wet through the bottom, so the water has definitely come through it somewhere and has carved all this out at some point in time. But this is pretty cool. This is probably about as close to as caving as we get, because we would never like squeeze through a section or anything like that.
That's where we're at now. I'm not getting through that.
You coming to a dead end?
Not a dead end, it still goes, but I can't get through it.
Oh, it's just too narrow?
I probably could get through it, but
Is it muddy, too muddy?
yeah,
Or wet?
it's all that.
All right, well then just come back and we'll work our way back out. It was worth it.
Wow, let me take pictures back in there though.
Okay, all right, do it. So we're working our way back out of this cave, but this was a total shock and surprise to us. We had no idea this was here, and we had no plans of going caving today. But
This is not caving, but
well, it's about as close to caving as
we're gonna get.
we're gonna get. It's like it's not the first cave that we've been in, and it won't be the last. And it's very wet, damp, where the water flows through the bottom of it. But it's not deep or anything, but it's very muddy. And there's the cave exit.
That was so cool.
So we did find a secondary cave. It's got a pretty good sized passage in it, but you have to be a hobbit in order to get through it. So we're not going to try that one today. We could, but we'd be very muddy and we're not feeling it. So the one was good enough, but pretty cool though. So woodpecker has been quite busy on this tree. You see that hole down there? And you look up there, there's several more up the way. Pretty wild. So literally a couple steps off the trail is Kamelands Arch. I've never seen anybody photograph this except for a buddy of mine who told me about this being out on the trail. So shout out to Harris and Shoop. It's a pretty neat arch. It's a limestone, might even be dolomite. Kind of looks like dolomite blocks, but it's all hollow underneath. So definitely an arch. Very cool. So this is the top of Kamelands Arch. It's very rocky, not smooth, but it's definitely like a natural bridge. It's very cool. Right at the top of the arch, there's a itty bitty window that you could see through. It's probably only like 4 or 5 inches across, so it's not big enough to be considered an arch, but still pretty neat. One last look at Kamelands Arch. So we've been through this gorge before, but there's definitely something special about Rocky Fork Gorge, and as you leave Kamelands Arch, you look across the creek, you can see the high limestone walls on the opposite side. It's just absolutely stunning. So once you've seen all the cool stuff near Rocky Fork Gorge, the trail will loop around and take you back to the trailhead. You will have somewhat of an incline going back. It's not terrible, but just be forewarned if you hate hills. It's there. It's just not the worst one you've ever been on. So we made our way through the pine prairie and back to the cattle path. Back through the cattle path to the parking lot. So we will see you back at the truck. Hey everyone.
Hey.
So we just made it back to our truck. We did a little over 3 miles. The looping trail is 2, but we took the trail down to the creek, as you could see. So we added a little bit of extra mileage to it, but man, this was
It was really, really nice.
This trail is way cooler than I expected it to be. I mean, it's very, very scenic. I mean, and it's got a little bit of everything. So, man, if you're looking for a hike that's not super long, but has some nice features, definitely worth your time to check out the Kamelands Trail in the Highlands Nature Preserve. But that's going to do it for this adventure. As always,
get out and
hike. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Have a great week, everybody.
It was too nice to call it a day, so we're going to leave you with some footage that we took from the Paint Creek Dam and Spillway.
So this rock face inside the wall, it looks like a big face. There's the mouth, and it's got water dribbling down its chin. Pretty wild.